The national average says that the average American consumes about 167 pounds of sugar per year. Multiply by that a family of 4, and you're looking at 668 pounds of sugar, or to simplify that, about 50 pounds of sugar per month, a little bit more. You're going, no way. Well, let me show you some ways that on a typical child's diet, and let's say a typical 4 or 5-year-old's diet on a regular basis, and how that kind of sugar can mount up to be that much sugar in your home in just in a month's time. Let's start out with, it's morning, a child gets up and they pour themselves a bowl of Cheerios. So that's assuming that they do a serving size. A serving size of Cheerios has 7 teaspoons of sugar. And so what I'm going to do is count in how many sugars, and that's just a typical serving. We don't know if a child, they may actually do more than that, and that would be 4, 5, 6. We're not actually sure that they do that, but then when you get up, you're going to fix them a breakfast, and of course what's really easy are those pre-made waffles. 2 slices of that would be 4, 5, 6, and that's 7. Actually, 7.5 teaspoons of sugar just in the 2 slices of French toast. Oh, let's not forget the syrup. Now, let's be very conservative in the syrup and say that the child's only going to consume, 2 tablespoons, which would be equivalent of about 7 teaspoons of sugar. And here's our 7. And they need something to drink, so how about 6 ounces of orange juice, which ends up being 6 teaspoons of sugar. And there's 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, snack time rolls around. And what are we going to give them? A good healthy snack like yogurt. Well, when I've looked at yogurt, I've seen anywhere from 0 grams of sugar if you give them a plain one, but a child's typically not going to eat that. So yogurts that have flavor are anywhere from 27 grams to 46 grams of sugar. Which would end up being about 11 teaspoons. Let's split the difference and let's just do 9 teaspoons of sugar. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they need something to drink. Let's give them a V8 Fusion this time. And so that would actually be 6 teaspoons of sugar, and I need 2 more after this. There's 5 and there's 6. Lunchtime rolls around. What do you want to eat? We say to the kid, and their favorite happens to be peanut butter and jelly. So a regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich would be 8 teaspoons of sugar. Of course, that's just the peanut butter and jelly. This is 4. But if you happen to put it on white bread, that's another 4 teaspoons of sugar. That makes 8 for the peanut butter and jelly and 4 teaspoons of sugar on the white bread. They need something to drink, so let's do a Capri Sun. That would be 4.5 teaspoons of sugar. That's 3, and that's 4.5. And of course they need dessert after that for lunch, and so we limit them to only 3 Chips Ahoy cookies, which is 9 teaspoons of sugar. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, that's 8, and this is 9. They may or may not go down for a nap, but when they, in the afternoon, when the other children arrive home from school, they'd like another snack, which is maybe perhaps a Nutri-Grain or maybe a granola bar. Those happen to have 4 teaspoons of sugar. 2, 3, 4. What you're actually looking at here is a half day's worth of food that a typical 4, 5, 6-year-old would eat. It's about 74 teaspoons of sugar. When you make it into grams, you multiply it by 4.2 teaspoons equals about 308 grams of sugar. And we wonder, and it's a half jar of sugar, we wonder why our children are hungry at dinner. It's time to start taking a look at the sugar consumption in our children and perhaps start making some healthier choices of foods that are not processed, as we've just looked at, but foods that we actually get from nature.